Welcome to night two of week one of the Oakland Esports stream for the fall 2025 semester. It is Smash Bros. Ultimate tonight in our season opener against UT Arlington, and this should be a rematch from CECC May Madness. So, UT Arlington was a team that eliminated us at, they double eliminated us at CECC 2024. And then at CECC 2025, we actually split 1-1 with them, and they eliminated us from the tournament. So this is a big run back, and it's really important to see um, how we dictate the start of our season, right? Like the Super Conference, we're back in it, and it is an absolutely stacked set of schools that are in that Super Conference. And we're going to be getting right into game number one here, and it does look like we are starting with Avian, and I'm not 100% certain who is going to be starting on the side for UTA. It looks like we've got Thoy, if I'm pronouncing that gamer tag correctly. But we're getting right into it. It's Pokemon Stadium 2, Min Min versus Joker, and right now Avian is just taking a very strong and controlled start here. 93% on board. That Arsene already halfway down. Just needs to land probably just a nice megawatt and just going to get that kill. But just going to see constantly just poking him out here. Oh, this is Atomic. Oh, they have two Robs on the school. Okay, so I've been told by production that this is going to be Atomic on the Joker. And due to the rules of no two players using the same character, that means this is why we're seeing the Joker. And this is honestly pretty big because Atomic is actually I would say, one of the tougher of the two players for this Oakland University roster. Rob has historically been one of our weaker matchups as a team. And Avian up pretty much a whole stock right now, just playing so patient, just constantly chipping away. Ooh, almost got that too. Crazy. Arsene out and gone. So this is going to be much better for Avian to just keep maintaining control here. All right. Oh, gets the megawatt, and that is going to send Atomic off to the side on the right, and we're up 2 stocks right now. This is quite honestly, this is probably one of the best openers we could have asked for. All right, gonna get that laser. And did not get the turnaround on that up B. Drops the stock, and this is honestly you can be a little sigh of relief if you are on the side of UT Arlington right now. Staying in shield, honestly, just trying to play as defensive as possible. Just does not want this Min Min to gain any more advantages. Try to call out the jump with a megawatt and just misses it. All right, 77%, 95. What a beautiful pivot grab. Gonna be setting himself up for just good, honestly, just so much good stage control. Try to get an up smash. It would have been cheeky, and it probably would have actually killed. But actually, I don't know. With Arsene, it may have just lived. All right, going 26% now. We just need that 1 megawatt here. Megawatt Nair may even kill. Probably try and get an up smash out of shield. Yep, looking for that just to try and just get something cheeky. And that megawatt from across the stage is going to get it, and that's Oakland staying alive with 2 stocks here. Now, this is quite the position that we'd want to be in as we kind of like go right into the end of match 1, right? Up 2 stocks. And it's when Min Min does not really have to be like fearful of approaching, it's going to be really difficult. Now, I'm not too 100% familiar with the rest of the roster character-wise for UTA outside of Atomic, who normally plays Rob. So the fact that they are playing Joker, that means there's one other Rob on this team. So it could be, from what I'm seeing, looking at the roster, There's so we just saw Atomic. There's Peach Fuzz, Skits, Kyle, Memphis, and Faye. So one of those players is probably going to be the other Rob. So we got a Rob. There's still Rob lurking. I would not be surprised if the Rob is what comes in next, just because probably does fine into Min Min. But we'll see. Looking at, just gonna keep watching the chat to make sure we see who is coming in next on the side of UT Arlington. Now I saw on Twitter, Grayson Lunges from Michigan State was definitely saying that this is this matchup UT Arlington versus Oakland is going to be one of the matches of the week. I'm inclined to agree. I think just from the history of these two programs when they're going up against each other, I think both of them, you couldn't really ask for a better season opener to kind of see who gets to kind of like take a good step forward at taking an early lead inside the season here in the Super Conference. Because for anybody who does not know, the Super Conference is insanely stacked this semester. You have the defending champions coming in from Stony Brook, and then you have Lubbock Christian University. I think they're like a 2 or 3 time defending champ, or a 2 or 3 time national champion. And then you have Oakland, and then George Mason, University of North Carolina, Greensboro. You have Winthrop, one of the, obviously, arguably one of the best programs just from pure talent, pure talent pool. Then you have UT Dallas, who's making one of their first entrances into the NACE Super Conference, I believe. And then UT Arlington is also one of those schools that's making their first appearance here in the Super Conference. And then, as always, with Wichita State University, one of the kind of like, usually like one of the most reliable, like top like 8, top 9 schools for Smash. So it's going to be an absolute bloodbath every single week here in the Super Conference, and every match is just going to be so good. So I'm not. So we see a Wario coming in. I think the Wario. I'm pretty sure this is Skits from what I remember seeing at CECC. So we do have Skits coming in. Do a quick little button check here as we get right into player number 2 here for UTA. I think the Wario pick, I think, works just as probably well as the Rob, just because Wario does have so much good like air mobility and air drift that he's going to be able to kind of maneuver around Min Min a lot easier than most other characters. Because Min Min really does struggle when you're when you just hover around that 45-degree angle right above her. Like when she's facing forward, there's a 45-degree angle that you just kind of want to stay in for her zone. And we are seeing Skits really kind of take up in a very good early lead here. It's the forward tilt. Almost sends Avian off. Ooh, good air dodge. Use that jump early. Gotta find a way to get on that platform. Nice down air to just force land, and gets the hit, so Skit's not able to punish that force landing. Yep, there's 4. Wow, that was such a crazy actual. I'm not sure that it was actually a real confirm, but you know what? Well, if you're Skits, you're gonna definitely take that forward air into dash attack to secure yourself a quick and early stock. All right. Ooh, good. Okay. It's back on stage. Gotta try and get this kill though, but Skits doing so. Wow, that was crazy, actually. And there it is, just like that, it's tied up. So Skits coming in clutch to really help cut the bleeding on this UTA side. All right, it's going to be that next time. Now next up, it's Oakland trying to decide who they are going to be bringing in here. Oh, Wario 3 stocks going to have to try and bring in somebody who's going to be able to like outpace. I don't even know if it's like really outpatience. It's just somebody who's just honestly going to be really confident into the Wario matchup here. I'm not too sure. It does look like we do. It's all right. We have Trisket sitting down. So Pac-Man versus Wario, going to be a slow battle of attrition here in this. Third game here of the crew battle, or third character matchup rather. Now, I'm not too sure about what stage we might see. Definitely debating about what stage 2 be going to. And it looks like I'm no longer be solo casting. We're going to have Coach Leone join me on the mic, so it's not just a one-person casting party. And I did not see what stage we were going to, actually. I totally missed the pick.
Right, it's Pokemon Stadium.
Running it right back to Pokemon Stadium, as always.
An interesting start to this UTA Oakland match.
Yeah, honestly, I was
bit
really
of a roller coaster so far.
I was really surprised to see that Atomic dropped in on the Joker. That actually caught me by total surprise, just because I've never seen him play the Joker ever. So.
Right. Yeah. No, I've never seen it either, and we've only played UTA, I believe, at CECC, and they have a slightly different rule set where you're allowed to use the same character twice, where NACE doesn't allow you to do that. So this must be what they do during this rule set.
Yeah. So that just means one of I've been trying to figure out what player it is.
They have another Rob player.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who it is from just the gamer tag.
I thought it was Memphis, wasn't it?
I'm not too sure.
Okay. I thought it was Memphis because it's not Kyle. I've never seen Tui before. Obviously, it's not Skits. I believe it's Memphis.
Okay.
Because we've played double Rob in CECC before.
Yeah.
Oh, that was clean.
That was one of Triscuit's classic intuition forward smashes. He just knew that Skits was going to be jumping. Because most of Wario's approaches to any matchup just comes from him jumping in the air and committing to some type of attack. And that Tristan intuition of knowing that his opponent's going to be right there.
Just called it out.
Yep.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah. And Tristan, you can tell, even though he's got such a nice lead, he's still keeping up this aggression, which sometimes does bite him. The double melon hit was actually kind of crazy. Forward smash.
Oh my goodness. This man is cooking. Tristan has been doing incredible lately.
Yeah, I would say this over the course of this summer, he really kind of finally hit that next level up that we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Some could say it's the senior year buff, but
he's always been a really strong player, but he's just on another level recently, and even at Riptide, he really did well. For me, wow.
I cannot believe he lived that.
I can't believe it. For me, he was the standout player at Riptide.
Really?
Yes, as far as how he performed in each situation.
Okay.
Every single time he went in, even against a tough opponent, he did really well. So he was a big part of us succeeding and getting third at Riptide, which is just incredible.
Yeah. And hopefully, this time, recently, it feels like we've been the king of third place. And I'm really hoping that, this semester for NACE, we are finally going to break that curse. The up smash.
Wow.
That up smash was just that was just funny. But you know what, Tristan? Good stuff, only losing one stock and taking out that Wario, who honestly was looking really good. I know, in my opinion, from what I watched at CCC when you guys were down there, and then from what I remember about CCC 2024, Skits really feels like he is the number 2 player behind Atomic after they lost the Diddy Kong from graduating.
Right, Beastly.
Yeah,
100%. No, he was one of the bigger threats there. Although their whole team is good, so it's hard to put it that way. But yeah, Atomic is fantastic on the Rob, and then Skits on Wario was kind of a menace and probably one of the biggest issues we had. At that event. So
definitely from this past CECC, I believe it was the team did way better against Atomic than I'd ever seen them do. But for some reason, the Wario matchup just was crazy.
They just couldn't get past Skits. He just had ice in his veins. So
ice in his veins, garlic in his wafts. He was just going crazy.
Yeah, it was really cool to see Tristan do so well, and probably a little bit, well, for him, pretty sweet to see because in CECC last year, we actually didn't get a chance to play Tristan
Yeah.
in the match against UTA, so now he comes in and does really well against a big threat,
Right.
kind of proving himself a little bit, which is really cool to see. And just again, following up from the success at Riptide, this is what we need to do to kick the season off with the win. And NACE Super Conference is so difficult.
Yeah, I think
Every single win is going to be hard to get. I mean, it really is a case where if we could go positive here, then that would be a success.
Truly is. Every win's going to matter this season. I think this is arguably the toughest the Super Conference has ever been in the history of NACE.
Guaranteed.
Everybody that's in, especially since UTA was such a late bid into the Super Conference, I'm not too sure who would have made it, because normally there's always 9 teams in the Super Conference. I'm not too sure who was the 9th that opted out of Super Conference this time.
Yeah,
I'm not
sure.
have to go look at all the.
You have a lot of self-selects now because self-select program was a pilot before and now it's open to everybody.
Yeah.
So now instead of there being just one self-select, which was us for a while, the D1 conference, now there's D1 conference and then there's is it MAC with Eastern Michigan and Eastern and Western Michigan. And then there's also the Rust Belt Conference, which is D2 and D3 schools. So I imagine it was one of the MAC teams. Mm-hmm. That was supposed to be in Super Conference, but opted out to do that instead. So,
yeah. But honestly, it's kind of crazy that even when we lose one of those teams that earn their spot in the Super Conference from the following season, that it just gets replaced with another big threat that's joining NACE for the first time ever.
Right. I mean, it would be really bad if UTA was not in the Super Conference.
No, it'd be a very similar situation to like how Stony Brook was not in the Super Conference last year. But you know what? Who knows? I know that from the competition angle, there's always like potential changes with how teams get into playoffs and how playoffs are organized. But who knows? This time it's going to be just let's focus on getting the wins in this Super Conference where it matters, because every win is going to be so important. Because the difference between being like the 3rd seed and dropping down to that 6th seed spot,
right,
or having to drop down into where you don't get the guaranteed bye.
Going to LCQ.
Yeah.
It's
the artist formerly known as LCQ, where you just are you're just early in the playoff bracket where you have to play an additional 1 to 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Having that 1 week break to just study up on and watch your potential opponent means so much more.
The break and the seeding in general. I mean, the seeding in the national playoff bracket matters a lot. And if you're, let's say, if you go into that bottom tier, you could be placed like 10th.
Yeah.
If you get 10th seed versus like 3rd, your opponents in the 2nd or 3rd round are going to be much more difficult. You're going to play national champions right away, and it's going to be tough.
You kind of just thinking like in a perfect world, a perfect like situation, right? You're going to see potentially like 4 of like the 6 schools that don't or the 6 schools are going to be like Stony Brook, Oakland, Winthrop, and Lubbock. That's 4 schools that were all in the top 4 of NACE Grand Finals, like the NACE Grand Finals last year. And it's just like nobody wants to play any of those people as their round 1.
Right. Right, and you're fighting for at least in the spring, you're going to be fighting for your chance to make it to the land, so it matters a lot. I mean, playoff games matter in general, but that really kind of ups the stakes a little bit. So.
Yep.
So this is Peach Fuzz then.
Yep. So Peach Fuzz is the other Rob. Had to go look over into.
Was not Memphis.
Nope. Had to go look over at the NACE chat to figure out who this was. All right, but Tristan trying to get this. It's getting a little close here. Like if in this position, Tristan definitely wants to try and get at least. In a perfect world, he wants all 3 stocks. But if he can just get 1 here, it's going to set up Oakland really well. Because you think about all the players that we have sitting behind Tristan right now. You got Tony's Cloud, you got Rob Snake, and then you have you have Nats Mario, and even the Judd Air Steve. So there's just
A lot of options.
there's so many strong picks here, and this is all about just how can Trisket kind of set the team up for like an easier success.
One stock here is big to just keep that lead, keep that advantage going.
Yeah.
Rob is definitely a difficult character to take out. Pretty heavy, so even at 150, now he's getting close, but
Yeah.
it's not a confirmed kill every time. See, he's living there.
Yeah, that's that super late hit of forward smash. Not enough intuition was there. Whoa.
It's going to be tough to get back to the stage here safely and get back to neutral.
Oh, that was actually almost so smooth.
Great air dodge there to keep him alive.
142, Trisket just trying to find a way to get something here. But, man, Peachfuzz just not making this easy for him. Honestly, both players are not making it easy for... Okay, back throw's going to get the kill.
There we go.
We're on the board. You know what? We've seen Tristan do some crazy 0 to deaths before in his career here as a Golden Grizzly.
Is it Nair that he does where he kicks him off the stage?
That's forward
Forward
air.
air. Would that actually work on Rob, or can he just get out of it? Where he
Rob's
just forward airs?
Rob's big enough where it would work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rob's body size is just big enough where it's like, okay, you can probably get some crazy auto confirms.
I'm a really big fan of when that happens. It's so dumb when it does, but it's funny. He just kicks them off the stage repeatedly.
Yep.
And it just makes no sense at all.
And then he does the down air and just I call his down air Pac-Man's like the 1-2 buckle my shoe. And it's just he just gets the kill.
If you think about the physics of floating off the stage while kicking somebody, while staying up, while kicking them continuously, that makes no sense. We're gonna have to talk to Nintendo about that.
Sakurai, what physics book did you read in school?
We need a realistic Smash game next. Don't do anything that's unrealistic. It has to be something that could physically happen.
See, by that option, that means if Olimar makes it back to the game, he's actually gonna be the size of a quarter.
Sounds good. It'd be really hard for Kazuya to hit him. Broken character.
True. So true.
Kazuya has to have a counter somewhere, right? So there it is. It'd be interesting to see who would come on next. So it's 5-6.
Yep.
We
got one stock advantage.
One stock lead. UTA. Atomic and Skits both out of the lineup. So that's kind of where you want to be. Feel pretty good about being one stock up here, but we still have to play, at a high level to close it out to get this game won. And in a crew battle, anything can happen.
Yep.
Very volatile.
And it does look like we have Big Tony coming into the match. So Anthony isn't cool on the Cloud coming in to potentially look to just sweep duty.
Well, you said Big Tony. It's a fun fact. His rap name is Lil Big Tony.
Lil Big Tony?
Lil Big Tony. So just keep that in the back of your mind if you're trying to find... Oh, that's some issue here with the Switch, so we'll get that. I'm sure that has to do with his controller being, Bluetooth, probably not connected very well. We back?
We're so back.
This might be a button check now or something weird.
Yeah, that was weird. I'm also just so impressed that because he went down to the home menu that nothing got disconnected on the lobby, actually.
It is wild that they didn't disconnect on a Nintendo Switch, right?
Yeah.
You would think on that console anything
is possible.
You bump it a little bit, it's over. So, okay, we got Cloud versus Rob. How do you think this matchup goes?
I think it's pretty even. Cloud does really well when he keeps Rob in disadvantage just because of Rob's size and his kind of like lack of air mobility. He can kind of just get juggled really easily. But on the opposite hand is that if Rob gets Cloud off stage, Cloud should just absolutely never be able to come back.
Wow. Bit of a call out there. Takes
Beautiful limit Clim Hazard just to secure that kill. It's since Smash 4 when Cloud was he was a character that just got added to the game. I've always been a really big fan of seeing Cloud mains use that limit up B to get kills just because it is super fast and has a early intangibility. So
Oh, does it? Okay.
so you actually can like get through somebody's hitbox, and then it's strong and can kill.
I feel like it's also very surprising when it comes out too, because it doesn't come out very often at all, right?
No.
I mean, you just almost never see the kill out of nowhere from that.
Yeah, it's super fast. I think it's actually frame data wise. I think it may be his fastest limit option.
Now, does Smattlefield here have a small ceiling? Is that what just happened there? I mean, because it seemed like he died very quickly.
I believe this has the same blast zones as Final Destination, so it's relatively like just middle of the pack.
Okay. Okay.
Not too high, but it's not too short.
Try and get a spike. No, not going for it.
Definitely was looking for that down air with some authority here to try and take out that Rob stock, but just going to use that down air or the down tilt to just get it, and that down smash going to catch him on the get up.
Wow.
And that is UTA dropping down to their final player. Oakland still with 5 stocks, so sitting pretty healthy here in game number 1.
That's a statement. You know,
Yeah.
5-3. Wow. Okay. Well, we got to close it out. You know, players so far put us in a position where you should be able to win no matter who comes out. But you got to go close it out. And like I said, crew battle, anything can happen. We've seen some crazy endings in some of these games, especially when you get to these teams who are high enough level. Something can just go wrong out of nowhere. So.
Absolutely, something can go wrong, and it's scary when it can. Oh. So if you are UTA, I'm trying to figure out who they may be sending in that's left. So they've got Peach. So Peach Fuzz gone, Skit's gone, Atomic gone. So this means they are left with either Thoy. I
don't know.
THUY is such a hard name to pronounce. Kyle or Memphis.
I feel like it has to be. Kyle is a Snake player, right?
Was he?
Yeah, I think Kyle's a Snake player, and he was pretty good at CECC, so I think they probably put in Kyle. Memphis I'm less familiar with, so I guess we'll see what comes out here. It looks like we might be getting into the game here.
And it's a Peach, so it's Peach coming in, and we're not too absolutely certain about who is coming in with Peach.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a guess that this is Kyle, the Peach player.
Kyle,
I'm not too sure. I actually don't know.
If I was wrong and Kyle was not the Snake, I'll be really...
Yeah, I'm not
really
100%
surprised.
certain who's coming in for this. They actually did not post in the chat on who it could be.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, so this is either going to be, like, for all intents and
Peach.
purposes, yeah, it's just, we're getting Peach.
This is Peach gameplay. So Cloud versus Peach.
Now, this is a rough matchup for... This is a really rough matchup for Peach. Peach is a character that gets super zoned out by swords and big disjoints, and Cloud is just a walking example of, like, disjoints.
Yeah, this is... that was not a good start. If you just have 3 stocks against 5, you really don't want to be losing one very early in the set.
Yeah.
So at this point now, we're back to even 2 stocks each, and it's looking a little bit grim for UTA. So I wonder... I mean, assuming we close this out, I wonder what adjustments they'll make. And I really don't know if they should have put in Peach, especially if it's a bad matchup and you need to keep at least 2 stocks going into the last player. I don't think you put in Peach. I think you have to, even if you feel like the other player might not be as strong, you have to go with the matchup that's going to be okay. Oh, wow. Good call out there by Peach.
And that's just going to be the one that right there, that was just your kind of bread and butter of what to do in this situation when Cloud's off stage without a jump. Now, Mr. Saturn being in play, that was going to be scary that if Tony had shielded that, Mr. Saturn breaks shields automatically once it's thrown at somebody's shield.
Wow.
It's an instant shield break.
Mr. Saturn.
Mr. Saturn.
That's just RNG, right? Low
Yeah,
percentage it comes out sometimes.
Yep. I couldn't tell you like the 1 in like 200 packs it is, but it is not it is a semi-rare pull.
It's like pulling Pokemon cards, you know, just trying to get the good one. Except you're playing Smash. You have a little mini game in there. All right, 90% Peach, so a few good hits will actually take him out, and then that would end the crew battle.
Just game one.
Well, I'm sorry, that would end game one.
Ends game one of the crew battle.
Tony looking to close
And
it out.
that back air is going to do it, and that is Oakland University taking game number one off of UTA with a 4-stock lead. Honestly, that is a really strong start. That's a full player up, and honestly, with how low of a percentage that Tony had at the end there, he was looking pretty comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great win to get that game there. We'll see how game two goes.
Yeah.
That is probably the most stocks that we've kept on UTA while taking them down. So part of it to me is the start and how that went with Atomic being off Joker. So I wonder, I mean, maybe they're sitting there with just the 4 players, so they have no flexibility.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they throw Atomic back on Rob and just sit the other Rob player.
Yeah, and just tell Peach Fuzz, like,
sorry.
Choose a secondary.
Yeah, well,
this.
just I mean, if they have 5 players, they just sub them out, right? I mean, that's how that goes. So, I mean, if I were them, I probably wouldn't want my best player to off roll.
No,
it just seems wrong.
I mean, I'm definitely inclined to agree. But guys, we'll cut it to a quick break, and we get back from this little break. We're gonna be in with game number 2 of our UTA versus Oakland in our Smash Bros. Ultimate Season Opener. Stick around.
Power through the tournament with the high-quality protein milk provides to stay energized and focused throughout the game.
Oakland University Credit Union is here to help you power up your financial game. Whether you're aiming to upgrade your gear or conquer your savings goals, OUCU has the tools you need. With awesome savings accounts, cashback reward credit cards, and an easy-to-use app, we're here to help you win both on and off the screen. Not a member? Not a problem. Visit us on campus or online at oucreditunion.org. Oakland University Credit Union, because leveling up shouldn't stop your gaming. Proud sponsor of Oakland University Athletics, federally insured by the NCUA.
And welcome back. And this time we've joined by newly acquired graduate Poison Jam
Welcome, welcome.
on
Happy
the
to be
cast here with me for game number 2 of UTA versus Oakland University. And we are getting Atomic on the Rob this time. Oh, UT Arlington's like, all right.
Yeah, now
we let them think they had game 1 and had like comfortability in this set. Now it's time to take off the weights.
Yeah, and Atomic played Avian round 1 too, so I'm sure there's some personal beef right here. Going in and at it. Up air doesn't take the stock, but we're at 112-0 right now.
Yeah, this is looking real rough, but just like that, 33%, kind of in a nice response to what was a really destructive start to that game, and
That's the stock. There we go.
that's just one of those things, right, about this matchup is that Rob just does so good into many of our characters' recoveries.
Absolutely, yeah. When you look at but just look at that. As soon as we say that, Min can take the stock just as easily with how big Rob is when especially that megawatt off stage. Rob is, surprisingly for as big as he is, he's light. He's not a big heavy boy. So
Yeah.
if Avian can get a couple more of those in, then the game would be fine. But Atomic doing a great job of just keeping Pablo off stage.
And locked into that corner too, right?
Yeah.
One of the best places to keep Min is either if it's not off stage, it's trapped in the corner where they cannot kind of like establish stage dominance.
Ooh, getting the down air on the ledge hang there. We are now down 1 stock, but be taken just as easily.
Yep.
Let's see. Very good safe play coming from Atomic, either staying high up in the air where arms can't hit, or right in front, denying the space from Min. Atomic playing very good on shield. Avian just kind of, there's the reflect, struggling to get anything started right now.
No, it's just being absolutely kind of like walled out right now. Down throw, gonna just get
there,
that up
and
tilt.
up air doesn't kill. Good DI. But this could be scary. Gyro on ledge. Yep.
Back
There's
here.
the stock.
Yeah, and that is honestly, you think about it, that's kind of like what we were expecting out of UT Arlington.
Yeah,
Right off the
absolutely.
bat, right? Atomic, arguably you could say is the franchise player here for the UT Arlington team, and he's on his trademark Rob, and honestly just played that game super well.
Yeah, I mean, you look at just how everything went down within the first 30 seconds. Like we said, like 100% off the bat.
Yeah.
Then you get Min off stage. What is Min gonna do? Tether back? You got Gyro at ledge to worry about.
Yeah, you've got not a whole lot to really worry. You just kind of have to pray if you're Min against Rob and you're trying to recover. It's just like, oh, please, let this be it.
Exactly, and you lose your jump as Min. That you can call that the stock. You have a Gyro going this way, a Rob coming down this way. Yeah, now all of a sudden you're playing Undertale, trying to navigate
you're
everything, get to
Kind of like
ledge.
trapped in like a bullet hell game, right?
Yeah.
But it does look like from the Oakland side, we are bringing in Robbie on the Snake. I think this was probably who I was going to guess is coming in for this matchup.
Yeah.
Historically, when we have seen UTA versus Oakland at CECC, Rob was always like the best player to send in versus Atomic. There were times when we've seen like Tony do pretty okay.
Right, but Tony is way more vulnerable to the cheese factor, you know? In the same way that Min can just get gyroed off stage, Cloud's even worse.
Yeah.
You don't even have a tether for that. You just kind of die.
Yep.
Oh, but starting off, small battlefield, good neutral stage. We'll see. Robbie typically does well into Rob, but, namesake won't get you far here.
No. Well, we'll see. He's got the stock lead, right? This is one of those moments where you are so okay as Snake to just like kind of like trade these hits off grenade and stuff. So you're just gonna this is gonna be just kind of like an absolute projectile war here between these two characters.
Absolutely. And, Rob can get a lot off of gyro, but Snake gets a lot off of grenade too. Rob's projectiles, you sit back, you're 200%. Gyro's not going to kill you when you get hit. But grenade, but, Cypher, up smash, all of these things, they can.
Yeah.
So if Robbie just plays patient, ducks and weaves, gets around Gyro, he'll be fine. It's Atomic's job to get in, especially with big tools like that Nair that was on shield right there.
Yeah, exactly. even though we are down we're down 2 stocks, on a whole, right? But because we have this really good stock lead right now, this is actually just like arguably like a solid position for Oakland to be in right now.
Ooh,
great.
good grenade. Keeping off.
Oh,
Forward air attempt.
That forward air attempt, I'm not too sure if that was supposed to be something else.
If I had to guess, run off nair. But even then, I don't know if that would have hit. Good
back air out of
good
shield.
back air.
Trying to just find that first KO. Both these players just want to get that first stock. Just start kind of like taking the other person's like pressure off of their own side, right?
Absolutely. And all these trades coming in. Good. Cypher stops the down air.
Yeah, honestly, it's so scary because just sometimes the Cypher like just delays the inevitable.
But sometimes it just outright beats it.
Good tech, dash attack into
Dash attack.
Get him off stage.
Gyro
Nikita.
taking care of Nikita. But now it looks like it's Atomic gets back to stage. Gyro stopping Rob from following up there.
Yep. Super close, man. 148% back air.
Back
Finally
air
gonna get
takes
that
it.
first stock. Now Robbie is so okay with just spending the rest of this stock, just trading anything that he can get. He's going to be pulling so many grenades and just trying to just chip more percent onto this snake or onto the Rob as Snake.
I mean, you look at it. That was so. I thought he died.
I was
I heard the
absolutely
little thing.
convinced that Rob was going to get the KO there off the top.
Yeah, I mean, nothing beats Snake back here though.
No, sleeping bag.
Good nair off of ledge. 54%.
At 185 too, this is also like in that scary like percent for like rage, where we have Snake at max rage right now, right? So that up tilt, the forward tilts are just gonna be having a little bit of extra knockback.
Wow, raw soft nair kills. That's, I mean, at 200% it makes sense, but
Yeah.
still, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Now we just gotta watch out if you're Snake here, right? Just gotta make sure to not fall into the Rob rotor arm stuff.
Absolutely.
That is going to be something that I think Atomic is going to be a little more like trying to just find here. Oh, no jump. Gets to the ledge.
Oh, but Grenade keeps his ledge recovery safe. Now we're right back to neutral. Projectiles being thrown.
Yep. Down tilt. Down throw.
And
up
then
tilt.
up tilt, up air.
Yep.
Oh, but Grenade falls out. Doesn't protect him. Ooh, good dodge coming from Robbie there.
Yeah. Keeping that like just the dodge and weave so like prevalent. Keep just throwing grenades, chip at that damage. Slowly but surely he's going up.
Again? That's
Yeah.
it? No.
Oh, good DI.
Good DI coming from Robbie. Again, he tries to go for it in the blast zone. Just can't reach.
It's scary how close Atomic is getting with each of those like super high attempts too.
Yeah, especially because anything, you get hit by one bit of up air, you're getting hit for the rest of it. You're dead. Especially at 157. Good roll coming out to avoid the C4. Back air
air's
takes
good.
it, though. Now 1-1,
Yep.
but 92% on Atomic. Very easy to get one stray hit from Snake and lead to death here. But at the same time, very easy for Rob to do the same with that gyro.
Yeah, the gyro into rotor arm is something we've not seen come into play yet, and it is something that when you're going up against Rob in any matchup, you have to be so mindful of its existence that at any moment at 55% you could be on.
You're on
you
life
could be-
alert.
Yeah, you're on life
essentially.
alert.
Ooh, very good upbeat coming to dodge the up smashes twice. One of the biggest bits of Rob counterplay is just holding gyro, but Snake can't really do that. He's an item character himself.
Yeah, he wants like items out as much as Rob does.
Wow.
Okay, grenade into forward air. We take those. We take those.
I don't know if that was a Hail Mary or not, but wow. Okay, definitely just eviscerated him. Fair kills
Yeah.
normally like 100%, especially at 150. God.
Yeah, it was honestly it was very scary, but here we go. We were seeing the end of that match.
Crouches under the gyro, grenade. Yep.
So
Wow.
he timed it, knowing that Rob was going to be blown up by the grenade while he was attempting to bear,
Right.
and just instantly responded with just a strong
Very
aerial to get
strong.
the kill.
Yeah.
And we'll take those. Once again, Probably going to be getting it.
So good, we're seeing the three-peat.
The super
the back air
slow-mo.
pushes him into the grenade. Then he combos
Yeah.
into the fair. Very good stuff from Rob.
Super.
Wow.
That was honestly, that's one of those, like, you've played in this scenario so many times that, all right, he is delayed, like, on landing with that back air
Right.
to shield a grenade because he back aired my shield. Cool. The hitbox is gone. I'm going to unshield. He's going to blow up. I'm just going to jump forward air. It's
Yeah.
going to be it was written in the stars.
And very good awareness from Robbie, too, not only to know to throw out that forward air, but even past that, the fact that he's not going to get blown up by grenade, the spacing around that grenade was not going to send him high enough. Very good stuff coming from Robbie. Now it's completely up to UTA to figure out the Snake counter pick. They didn't deal with Rob in the last game, did they?
No, it never went down that far.
So we'll see.
I'm interested to see who comes in on this UTA side. Arguably, I'd probably think they're just going to send in Skits now.
I would
I
imagine.
think they're just going to bring in Skits for the Wario. We saw that Skits did pretty good against Rob at CECC in May. So I would not be surprised if we're just going to see him immediately just run that back. Wario versus Snake. Not that bad of a matchup for Wario, especially when you're coming in with 3 stocks to 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, sometimes when, like, Rob's at 1 stock and Snake, or his opponent's at such, like, 3 stocks, he's just going to play his game.
Absolutely, yeah. The biggest strength of Snake is just taking time, making you approach and do everything. When you're in the back seat, fighting like with a stock deficit, it becomes a lot scarier to deal with Snake. But even still, having 1 stock is against Snake, it's pretty scary because you still got to get in, and he's more than fine doing all these trades. He's got 1 stock. What is he there scared for?
So now that we're
looks
seeing
like Kyle,
the Crom come in, this is going to be Kyle. So we did not see Kyle play in
really?
the first crew battle.
Okay,
Because they went Atomic on Joker,
right.
into the Wario, into Peach Fuzz Rob.
into Memphis, right?
Yep, Memphis. Memphis was the Peach player.
And this is a little bit scary because Kyle himself is a Snake player, but with C4 sticking onto Crom, I think now it's on Snake. I can't actually tell. That shield's looking mighty low.
I'm just trying to see if it just has fallen off and is sitting on a platform, and I think
It has, right there. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it just fell off. But 64% on Kyle already. Kyle's doing a very good job getting in, punishing Robbie for these grenades.
Yep.
But
That's it, like you said, right? It comes.
Ooh.
That's that character knowledge coming into play here. Is that he knows what Snake's looking for as he does play Snake himself. So definitely
down
looking
throw.
for stuff.
Oh,
Down
forward throw. Oh, air dodge.
Good
Good
forward air.
recovery. Yeah. That's it. No, grenade blows him up before he gets a chance to punish.
Double up air, but trades that grenade here. Rob, I think right now a down throw secures the up tilt, right?
Absolutely, at 140%. Yep, this is... Oh, no, he goes for back air. Maybe not, but...
Okay.
Okay, Nikita sends the other way. Good shield diligence coming from Kyle there, just holding out, waiting out grenade. Especially at 169, a light breeze will kill Crom here.
And we definitely want to see that light breeze even come a little bit more aggressive than light.
Absolutely.
Wow,
Good
that
back air coming out. Wow, very good. And wow, if he had somehow DI'd and lived that, Crom was dead off of Cypher.
Right. All right, and that is UTA taking a really nice lead here going into game number 2, up
3 stocks.
a whole player now.
Yeah, essentially.
So definitely a tough situation here if you are on Oakland University side. I'm trying to think who we probably send in here in this situation. If I'm guessing, I think it might be Nad.
Really, Nad. I was thinking Tony.
See, I think you kind of do you save Tony do you just anchor him?
Well,
Because I don't know how comfortable Tony is into like Wario. That's kind of like the matchup that we have to kind of look ahead at is what the counter pick would be.
right, that is fair. I would imagine that Tony is fine into Wario. I mean, we have how many sets against Low 1, who's probably the campiest Wario on planet Earth.
True.
So I don't know what Skits could do that would rival that. You know, he plays a little bit more aggro. Tony's doing better. Plays campy. Tony has experience, you know. You want to try and secure that lead as soon as you can. Try and bring it down. And again, Nav would be good as an anchor. He's pulled it off before. But we'll see.
It looks like it's actually going to be
Tristan. Okay.
Sending in the pack.
And I mean, Tristan does do exceptionally well into skits, so, you know, that kind of removes him as a counter pick. If he's able to take the 3 here, I'd imagine we see Memphis come out after that.
Okay.
Or Peach Fuzz, because Peach Fuzz did do, well, Peach Fuzz actually can't be played now because he plays Rob. So Atomic took that spot, so it would be Memphis Skits after that. Is there any other members of their team that I'm missing? They had Vibe, I remember before. The Pokemon trainer?
I'm not too sure. They have, from the roster that I've gathered from the NACE page, they have, so it's Atomic, Peach Fuzz, Skits, Kyle, Memphis, and then a player by the name of, like, Thoy, Thui.
Must be new.
I'm not too sure. I'm just basing it off of what I saw on their Riptide.
Right. I see.
What they had at Riptide.
So, yeah, that would mean that it looks like, yes, you have to send out Memphis after this because Tristan does exceptionally well into skits. If he's able to take these stocks, especially in a matchup like this, I feel like Pac-Man's un-edge guardable. You can't really get him off, and Prom is very edge guardable. So, you know, a nice fair train coming from Trisket here could seal the deal, even at 29%.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we kind of want to see for if you are Tristan. That's exactly what you want to see. 3 stocks in a row.
Absolutely, yeah. See this super aggression coming from Kyle here. If Trisket's able to capitalize on it, you know, put your hydrant down, keep your distance, you'll be more than fine. But right now, it seems those two are battling close quarters, yet trying to do as much percent as possible.
You know, we all know that Trisket loves his brawling.
Of course, you know.
If he's not pushing buttons, is he actually playing the video game?
You'll have him go up against a team with a 10 stock lead, and he'll go super campy, just sit down, put his hydrants, take his time. You put him in a game 5 last hit scenario, he's throwing hands.
Yep, that's all he knows.
Oh, barely misses the bell there. 91 to 95, very even game. Hydrant pushes away.
Oh,
that's it.
Oh, good.
Just throw down hydrant. No, Kyle's able to recover anyway. There it is.
Intuition forward smash. He knew he was going to be landing right on top of him with no buttons pressed.
Good parry from the hydrant. Ah, backwards Galaga. That's scary. Wait. No way? Oh, no, he had to jump. Okay.
I was like, that'd be the craziest,
craziest stock
taken, right?
And that's the risk you get when playing Crom, you know? Like I said, a light breeze will take care of you. Oh, hydrant comes down. Oh, wow. Uppy pushes him off hydrant, and he's able to use Nair to punish. That's the stock. Yep.
Jab into imagination land.
Good catch, avoiding the Nair. Sitting up hydrant. Going for Twitter clip plays here, I see.
That's another thing for Tristan, is that he just goes, he's a clip farmer.
Absolutely. The amount of times we've seen forward tilt into orange into forward smash.
A little too many times, actually.
Yeah. You know, for something that's supposed to be niche, I see it too often. But Kyle's now playing a little bit defense. Ah, that's the stock. Yep. All right.
Honestly, if I was Kyle over there, I understand why you would drop the shield. You definitely think it's like, okay, the paralyzing frame is over.
Right. But no, that thing stays the entire time. If it's out, it's paralyzing you. Ooh,
I didn't even know that he had the key.
Really?
I'd never heard him actually charge out the fruit after he threw the bell.
Oh, water sent a little bit too far, but
wow,
still at good percent. 41, 53. No way. That's it? No. Oh, wait, that is it. No, forward smash misses.
See, what's crazy is that I'm hearing the players out in the room, and they're just like, oh, no.
Oh!
And I was like, what is happening?
Well, and of course, Pac-Man grabbed the unbeatable move. Good tech chase. That's the stock. No, misses the Jer.
I cannot believe that, like, he almost died to that forward air.
Well, I mean, it is Chrom with rage.
It's true. That's true. Fair point.
Gets the bell. Anything will kill Chrom.
Just got to land a hit.
And there it is.
There it is.
The Intuition F Smash, the Trisket special.
Yep. Now, it's back to an even, like, player count, which is always good. But it's all about, can Tristan lock in?
What do you think the definition of locking in is here? Do you think taking like a stock, 2 stocks?
Locking in is he reverse 3 stocks.
Okay.
That's locking
That
in.
is locked.
Locking in is he just reversed 3 stocks
I don't know who
at this moment.
I believe they have to send in, because I'm not too sure who that other player you mentioned is. I'm familiar with Memphis, Peach Fuzz, and Skits that are all still waiting. But like we said, Peach Fuzz cannot come in anymore. So it's just Memphis and Skits. If I had to guess, Memphis comes in.
Well, Peach Fuzz can come in if they use a second
different character. But I have not seen Peach Fuzz pick another character, which is the odd part.
Yeah.
Which is why Atomic's Joker pick makes sense, just to be able to get Peach Fuzz out there. As you see here, lands.
That forward smash. What was this?
He runs into Bell, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, you know that I look at it, he shielded on top of the Bell to hide the animation, which I don't know was intentional or not, but that was very smart. Kyle tries to bully his shield a bit and dies for it.
Right. I'm not too sure, though, who will be seeing, like, it's still really, we're not too sure about who's coming in on the side of UTA. Honestly, the moment we see the character, we'll have an idea of, like, we'll have our idea
of who exactly it is. Yeah, see right there. Shields over the Bell as it's doing its little bounce on the ground. Boom. Dead. So we'll see. I believe it'll be Memphis coming in. I'm not too sure how Pac-Man Peach is. That's a very a niche matchup, if I had to say.
I'd imagine it's...
I'd imagine that Pac-Man can do pretty well because he has fast escape options.
Yeah.
And one of Peach's main strengths is, just keeping this big horizontal line off stage. You can't enter it at all, or else you're getting back aired. But Pac-Man can choose any direction, omnidirection, to come back and recover.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, like, what was it like way back in, like, when you saw this match, when Pac-Man versus Peach was actually a really common matchup, like, in 2020.
What Pac-Mans were common at the time?
I mean, you think about it. We had Sinji
Yes,
playing a lot
right.
of, like, Sinji would come to, like, Frostbites every year, and you had Zenodo Peach back then.
Right.
So, like, that was always, like, a matchup you would see. And I remember the reason, like, I mean, Diddy wasn't as good of a character back then, but Diddy versus Pac-Man is abysmal for Diddy, which is why Zenodo still kept the Peach.
Right.
So, maybe it's just, Peach does okay? I'd imagine Peach probably does fine, because Peach is going to be floating a lot and also can just be like, all right, well,
I deny you.
I don't really care about the fruits you're throwing.
Exactly.
Yeah, still waiting here for the side of UT Arlington to send in their counterpick character. Looks like stage was finally chosen. It's hard to believe that we're going to something that's not Pokemon Stadium 2, but we just go to Small Battlefield, which is the next best choice.
Pokemon Stadium 2 Lite.
Yeah.
You have room to camp underneath the stage. That's all.
A Bowser coming in?
Bowser?
So
it is.
There it is. So this is that player.
Right.
Thay.
Thoy. Okay.
Thoy. Like.
That's, I can't comment as to who does better. I'd imagine Pac-Man kind of can't do much to Bowser, but Bowser can also die. Maybe?
Bowser, I feel like, is just going to get bullied off stage, like, with, like, the forward airs.
But Bowser's such a good horizontal recovery. I don't think the forward air train's going to matter nearly as much to him. Plus, I mean, I feel like any of Bowser's moves are just going to one-tap Hydrant. Except for forward tilt, I guess. That wall doing a lot of work there. We watching 2x KO over here?
Probably. Back throw, going to get off stage now.
And then up B with the Hydrant. Yep, you can't recover. Oh!
Immediately recovers. You can't recover.
Immediately recovers.
Grabs the ledge to call you out.
Oh, grab coming out. Hydrant kind of playing into that a bit. But yeah, here we go. Anything that Bowser does just breeds damage. Oh, can't get much here, except Bowser's heavy. You can. Never mind.
Except you, man. Like both of these players are just hearing your comms right now, PJ.
Like,
and
nah.
it's like we are going to prove this guy so wrong. He cannot open his mouth anymore. I was so scared about Tristan getting hit by that.
Good jab block.
Okay,
F smash.
45% on the board.
Up B. Wow, I guess up B just beats Hydrant. There's that orange coming out again.
See, this is like what I need, like Tristan to just be playing like
Always.
all the time, because it's just like he's doing everything that should make this matchup really impossible for Bowser.
No, wait, not again. Oh my God,
Two?
two of them. Hey, Bowser's big. He's a big guy.
Bowser is a pretty big guy. So you know when I said we need Tristan to lock in, right?
Yes,
Like
it
he's in the
seems-
pre.
He's
Oh,
but he's living.
He's currently in locking in mode.
Oh,
Oh my God.
jab. Probably wanted to get the nair there. Oh,
Heck,
good key.
having the key
Very
was so
good
clutch.
key. Bowser's struggling to kind of do anything right now. Oh,
The
that's
flying
it.
slam is definitely gonna get it.
Boop.
Oh,
Ah, you could hear that. Did you hear them outside? That,
Everybody
that
was-
huge no.
no.
No! Phenomenal performance by
Yeah.
Trisket, though. Taking, what was that, 5? 3 off Kyle, 2 off the Bowser. Very good. So now I assume we're sending,
It's probably Tony coming.
probably
in.
Tony, yeah. Yep.
Though it could be interesting if we did send in Lucas. I think Nad does, like, his character does probably fine into taking one stock off Bowser and then
being
doing
able
okay
to-
against Wario, all things
Wario.
considered.
Wario or Peach, don't forget. We still have
Oh, yeah, that's true.
still have Memphis in the back in case they need to
Yeah.
do that. But yeah, look at that. Two Bell up side Bs. That's insane.
I loved how right there at the end, Bowser just stood there. He's like, he's going to just land behind me and not hit. I'm going to just turn
around,
around
side
and side B him. Honestly, that is some next level like mind games. You're just like, I know what you're doing.
I know exactly what you are
I know what
going
you're
to
doing.
do.
Like Bowser with a JoJo pose, like walking. He just, while he turns around, he strikes the JoJo pose.
I know exactly what you're
Yeah.
going to. Well, what does young Joseph say? Your next line is, yeah, Sugini omae wa, and then just turns around and grabs him.
That's exactly what it is. As somebody who's never watched JoJo's.
So you know that much about JoJo, but you've
I
never
just know,
seen
well,
it?
by just existing on the internet and within the Smash community for so long,
I
where
think that's-
JoJo
yeah.
is like a kind of like a generic personality trait for most Smash players
That's
is
fair.
just being into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Well, you knew. I don't know if I ever told you. My first tag was originally
Yeah,
JoJo's
like
tag.
the Ora.
Oda, exactly.
I
But-
remember the PJ lore.
Oh wow, this guy knows PJ lore.
I do.
Very few people can say that.
It's very true.
Getting into it, we now have 1 stock on the Bowser versus 3 stocks for Anthony's and Cool.
Yep. And we're on Pokemon Stadium 2.
Ooh, there's some movement going on here. Look at him go.
Look at that dash dancing that does nothing.
That's SDI comparable to that of, I think Tristan's probably the best SDIer I know, outside of J-Jaw.
Oh, really?
Those two are pretty good.
Tristan is like a crazy masher, so it makes sense that his SDI would be really good.
31 on the board.
Now, I remember in
No way. Is he just going to... Why did... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. Tony controls that. Tony does that. Yeah. I forgot he could do that.
I also forgot that he was in control there. But you know what? 3-3, we take those.
In my mind, I was like, oh, he's just going to suicide and take the stock. And then as he's going down, I'm like, wait, he doesn't take the stock.
See, I actually did not know if Tony was going to lose that stock or not. Sometimes I think it's like to me in my brain it's 50-50 chance.
When you're
But
doing
isn't
like
it-
the drag down with it, any character that drags you into the blast zone, they will always die first. After Smash 4's like Ganon sides were super popular and strong, they just gutted it. So now if you're a stock up, yeah, you'll take the stock. But Kazuya is a very similar thing. If I just do down B and I drag you off stage, you're gone. But yeah, because he's at lower percent, Tony just drags him off stage, and there it is.
That was like 10-star gameplay.
Yeah.
10-star gameplay. Side B.
Michelin star
gameplay there. Crazy. Like it's crazy that this is the only clip that was farmed from this match.
This match, we have to keep showing
Next to just Tony's dash dancing. It was Tony's dash dancing capabilities and the side B.
Yeah, wow. I cannot believe that.
It is wild. Now, okay, so we have Peach Fuzz on Rob.
Yes. We have Skits
on
Wario, and we have Memphis on Peach.
Okay.
However, Rob was already played, so Peach Fuzz is probably out unless they swap characters.
Mm-hmm. I think we're just seeing Skits come in. I think it's Memphis, personally. You really think that they're not going to send in? They're like, who, in my opinion, is the second best player on their team?
Well,
from just an observation standpoint.
Well, like I said, it's about who does best, and I feel like Peach just has that cheese. What, they picked Cannon City? I guess not. They picked Battlefield. Okay. I guess it is Skits going in. But Peach has that cheese factor. Wario only has one of those a game.
I don't know. I think Wario has got he's got the Nair Waft as a really good cheese factor, but I think Wario has a little that ability to go out there and just kind of intercept Cloud's recovery can't be undermined.
Well, there it is. Like you said, yep, that's the stock.
Yeah.
You might have a point here.
But you know what? If Tony just kind of gets back into his game and starts being able to just keep Wario above him and just kind of juggle him, I think we're going to be in for a good position. Now, 45 seconds has been burned. That Waft at half charge is slowly coming online. Now, I know half Waft doesn't really get used as much as it used to.
No, because it's so finicky. Whereas the guaranteed, you have full Waft and you do up air, Waft. Even if they get hit the other side, they're dying. Mm-hmm. But half Waft, it's a gamble. They DI in, you do half Waft. Well, now you've wasted it, and you're just on the other side of the stage.
Yeah. Nice forward air. Going to land with some authority here. Trying to find a way out. Gets the up B, but not going to hit with it. I think the up B was a really good idea. It would have definitely killed Wario off the top. But you know what? The Tony patented up smash.
Especially coming off the extension from hitting that bike, that was a very good up smash.
Yep. And that cross slash go into down air, back into having limit. This is a really good position if you are Tony now.
Looking at that finishing touch. Speak of the devil, there's that half waft.
And that half waft burning was not bad.
No, absolutely. This is really good for Oakland because now we're not going to get another waft in this match, essentially.
Yeah, I don't. The full waft is really unlikely, but we probably get another half waft.
Oh,
nice.
Is that shield poke?
No, he dropped his shield right at the end. I think. That's actually so
that's
huge
very
that the recovery
unfortunate.
Wow.
There. But here we go. This could be it.
Yep.
No.
I was going to say, he's going to use the blade beam just because it's going to hit the bike. Good up B out of shield, just going to get a quick 13%. At this point, you're going to be seeing Tony really just throw out a lot of these just kind of defensive options that are going to use, they're going to be just trapping Wario out of what's Wario's approach is that he has to double jump and then commit into it.
Right.
So Tony's all right, well, you're jumping in to commit to me? All right, I'm going to back air. I'm going to
contend the space you're trying to get.
Yeah.
And if in the air you can't get a parry or anything like that. So Wario really struggles to hit.
Oh, that was such a good call out on the roll by Skits, but not going to get anything from that position. Good call out on the grab. Up throw, good percent. 157.
Limit's almost on deck.
Looking for an up smash.
Or any side B, up B.
Is that going to be the stock?
No. Oh, it is.
And that's it. And that's Oakland taking it 2-0. 2-0 over UTA in the season opener. Good stuff. Now that's, we got a revenge from CECC where they eliminated us in the lower bracket finals.
Game 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This time, 2-0 for Oakland. That online buff.
Exactly.
The online buff. Crazy stuff, though. But good. That feels good.
Feels good.
Feels good.
Watching this after seeing us lose to UTA, could be considered one of our rivals, if you would.
They're definitely one of the 4 teams that always eliminates us.
Yeah, one of the 4 horsemen.
Yeah,
Just
4
seeing
horsemen
that
of our
go off.
apocalypse. Now, right there, I don't know,
I think
but
he
that
could have
kind of
lived.
felt like he should have lived.
He should
there
have
at the
lived.
end.
I was going to say.
I think he kind of just held out.
You think so?
He's just like, you know what?
I think maybe he just like slightly has a slightly off angle because he slid across that top blast zone right there. You know, we're going to see the replay. At 100%, it is max rage. Let's not discount that. But, you know, you slowed it down. Look, he's gliding across that top. I feel like he could have stayed there. It looks like he died off the top rather than off the top left corner.
Yeah, who knows? And it's always, there's no, I thought if you go off the top, it's always a star KO on the last stock.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Is it, okay, so it's only a star KO for stocks
If you go
to, like, the early stocks.
yes, if you go straight up, I believe it's an RNG chance of you getting either star or
Blast zone.
blast zone KO. But if you're dying in that corner, I've never seen it happen from there.
Okay.
It always is in like essentially the center stage.
Gotcha.
But
All right, cool. Well, you know
Good
what?
stuff.
GG's to UTA, and that's going to be it for the Smash Bros. Team this week. Next time you'll see Smash is going to be on Monday when the B team makes their fall 2025 debut. We're going to cut it to a quick break, and when we get back, we'll have PJ sit down and interview one of the players
course.
who just came off a very victorious start to the season. So, guys, stick around. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
see you then. Welcome back, everybody. Here I have star player Anthony Isn't Cool of Oakland esports fame. Anthony, how do you feel after that match?
Feel pretty good. It's always good to take home a dub, especially on the first game of the season.
Of course, especially against UTA.
Yeah, it's a big rival of ours.
Yeah,
We've had some struggles with them before.
Yeah, before we've played them, CECC Game 3, last player, Vibe versus Rob, and even now, over the last however many years, we've just consistently struggled against them.
Yeah.
How did you feel going into the match?
I felt pretty good. A lot of them play good matchups for me. Besides the 2 Rob players, Peach, Snake, Wario. Those are all like matchups I'm like familiar and good at. So I like playing them besides Rob.
Of course. Who enjoys fighting Rob?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe like a masochist.
And game 1, we saw Atomic go Joker. Were you surprised by that at all? Were you scared at all?
They said before that he's probably gonna be playing Joker because they want to let the Rob player play. I mean he's really good, but it's his senior year, so they're trying to give him some more.
Trying to get him.
Yeah, so I expected him to go Joker. I didn't know he was gonna go Rob the second game though.
Right. After that game 1, you kind of just skid over them. He's like, all right, now we got to lock in, get it done. And, Atomic Rob's scary, but we still took care of it.
Yeah.
And that Bowser that came out, that's new. That's something I've never seen before.
Yeah, I haven't seen him play either.
How do you think, were you shocked by that at all? Did you feel as though, oh, shoot, Now we have something to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little scared. Like, depending on how many stocks Tristan took, like if I had to play against that guy and he had 2 stocks, that would have been scary. But luckily he only had 1. And I could deal with 1 stock Bowser, but two is a little. That's that's
an uphill battle. You're like
Yeah.
Sisyphus with the rock.
Yeah.
I think. Is there anything else you want to say to the crowd before you depart here?
I don't think so. I'm just excited to start the year. Hopefully.
Start off with a bang.
Yeah. Hopefully the rest of our games are as good as this one. That was
Of course.
an interesting end to the game.
Yeah.
I was just like holding out.
Yeah, we saw the. In my head, I said, "Oh, he's just gonna suicide Tony."
Yeah.
And I realized, oh wait, he dies first.
Dude, I know Bowser dies first, but like midway through, it was like, dude, this is too good to be true. Like I was like, I knew he died first, but like I had like a little bit of doubt. I was like, there's no way he's just giving it to me, right? It's a little scary, but he was probably just trying to get me off stage and like.
And then he just ended up slipping past.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was gonna hold out as well because I was at a lower percent.
Yeah, no, that's happened to me before. I understand that pain.
Yeah, Kazuya down B, they just like hold out when you're doing your combo.
Oh, yeah, I do a rage drive. I'm about to kill the guy, and then he just drags me off and I lose.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. It was a pleasure. Be back next Monday where Smash Bros. The B team plays. And until then, we'll see you then.
See ya.